brother, what is that?
That's that tequila. That's that tequila.
Bro, that bottle's the same size as you.
Yeah. Hey, Reese, you see what type of time we you see what type of time we on?
Hey, Freddie, what you know about this though?
Uncle Nearest? Yeah, I know who that is.
That place, that liquor store in like East Maryland, but it's really in DC.
Wait, Reese, where are you?
Huh? I want to get these big ass, these fat
No, I mean, like, where do you live?
1.5 liter, 1800. Hey, Trey, where you at? 5 liter.
Called Lax.
Yeah, look. Trey, you ever been to Lax? Look at this.
Nah, I haven't been to Lax, but I've seen bottles like that though. I had access to the military bases, so I used to.
Lax has the prices. Lax has the prices like the military bases. It's like $20 cheaper.
Like,
I basically got this 1.5 for the price of a 1 liter.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like no. That
1.5.
was a 1.75 liter, and I got it for $42.
I believe it.
Yeah, it was OD.
Y'all boys ready? What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. As you can see, we got my guys, Freddie and Reese. Freddie, Reese, say what's up, fellas. Freddie, we're going to start with you. Keep it in
the Nixon 5.
Maybe we should have started off with Reese. He probably would have been more realistic. Reese.
G-L-E-S. Y'all say, hey, man, Trey, real quick, man. Just let him see you. Just let him see you. That way I ain't got to come back to it. Y'all see us. Y'all see what we doing.
Look at this.
I don't want to have my hopes too high. We're going back to the bowl, baby. We're going back, baby.
Okay. All right. Well, look, fellas. Wow. What an optimistic statement there, Reese. You know, it's very hard to go back to back. You know what I mean? But you guys do have some talent, so it's possible. Fellas, let's go ahead and get on started to the show. But before we do that, let's cheers a little bit. I'm drinking my Fat Tuesday.
Cheers, fellas.
All right, that tequila's kind of smooth. Can't even hold it. Now, we got on Gab Trivia. This was recommended. I had to bring these up real quick, so I hope they're hard enough. I hope you guys enjoy. Our Freddie, James Naismith, right? He's credited for 2 things.
Oh, boy.
The game of basketball and what?
He made peach baskets.
It's not what I got on my list.
It's not your list, because we might be talking about 2 different James Naismith. Talking about James Naismith from Rochester. Oh, you talking about James? Oh, James Naismith. Oh,
the man who created basketball, like I said, in the question.
He was a doctor.
That's tough. He was a doctor of hoops, I'm assuming, but that's not what I was talking about. He created the game of basketball, but he also designed the first football helmet.
Didn't know that. Okay.
Hey, fun fact, right? Like
that was a cold one. I'm not gonna lie, that was cold. Okay.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, tone the difficulty down a little bit for me. There we go.
Right. I ain't playing a Hall of Fame mode. I'm trying to play an All-Star mode.
You see what I'm saying?
That's the only thing I had in my notepad. I'm like, I'm trying to find some stuff real quick. It's crazy. All right, so Reese, we're all WNBA fans. Shout out to the Aces for winning the championship. By the way, what was the original team name?
I know. No, I don't know. I can't think of it. Oh, I can't think of it.
What is it?
My jersey on the way too. I'm ashamed.
What is it? Can you phone a friend?
You got it, Reese? Or you giving up? You giving up?
All I know is they was in Utah. I can't think of the like logo type jump, but like I know they was in Utah. That's what you mean when you say original name, right?
Yeah. I mean, you were very close. You should have guessed it. I mean, look, they have a lot of all-stars on their team.
The Utah Stars.
The Utah
Stars. The Utah Stars.
Okay.
The Utah Stars. Yeah. You tried to. I appreciate that. Hey, Freddie, I'm saying I got half mine right. You got to tighten up, but yeah, appreciate it.
I thought this was a team, brother. I thought this
me and Freddie went 50% today. Freddie, we doing better next time. We're doing better next time.
Listen. We won 2 of our last 3 games. Okay, we doing good out here. We're gonna make the playoffs.
He had us in the first half.
Hey Reese, check this out. Trey, your Lakers started off 2-10, and they made playoffs. So I think me and Reese are gonna come out here, and we're gonna turn it around, and we're gonna.
Wow.
Well, I mean, look, fellas. We are talking about Lakers now. Let's go ahead and bring them up. Can we bring them up? Like the Lakers versus the Warriors. Now I want to say this. Okay, off rip. We made predictions for the East, and I listened back, and I just want to make sure we make official ones again. Now, you guys did say Celtics versus Knicks, right? So I want to make sure you guys stand on that one. Is that still staying pat?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So now for the West, then, who do we have? Because they officially became second rounders. Warriors, Lakers. Like, who y'all got for this one?
Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5. Okay, so the defending champs can't get no love. They did just beat the Kings. Tough little team out in 7, like Reese.
The first time in the playoffs.
You said what?
Showed in Game 7.
Okay. Yeah. Reese, do you also feel like my boys is gonna win in 5, or you feel like Warriors are gonna win, or do you feel like
I personally think it will be Warriors in 6,
Mm.
but it's really all dependent upon the 3-point shot. Like if y'all can defend the 3 and make the 3, so that's just the caveat. I think y'all have to defend and make it. I don't think that y'all will get away with, because Grizzlies weren't a great 3-point shooting team, and then once they lost Luke Kennard, honestly, that was their real, floor stretcher in that sense. And so I feel like the Warriors, they have guys who can get there. And I'm looking at Steph and Clay versus D'Lo and Reeves. Like, I don't know. Like, I ain't never seen D'Lo chase somebody around the court before, ever.
Well, D'Lo was also on the Warriors. So I got to think this, fellas. And I mean, tell me if I'm being too optimistic, right? D'Lo coming back. Granted, he's on my boys against. We got our boy back. Now, he's going up against the Warriors. He realized, one, Andrew Wiggins and him got the same birthday. And the fact that they were traded I think it was traded on their birthday or relatively close to, it's kind of disrespectful. Then they win a championship, so maybe D'Lo's feeling a little bit pissed. So now he's extra motivated. And, I mean, AD hasn't been as aggressive, but because they don't have too many players outside of Kevon Looney to really take over, I think AD might actually have a good series. Braun should be serviceable, right? Like, is he gonna do what Braun
I'm not gonna lie. I really feel like the Lakers wanted the Kings to win because when I look at Andrew Wiggins and Kevon Looney versus Braun and AD, I know that Braun and AD are gonna win that matchup, but it's the games that Wiggins and Looney are able to do anything.
Okay,
because I mean, Dillon Brooks could not guard Braun, right? I think Andrew Wiggins against Braun in year 20 can do better than Dillon Brooks did.
So
I think Wiggs will actually make Braun play defense. He didn't have to play defense over Dillon Brooks. He guarded himself.
So look, let's let Freddie get in, because one, that this is Braun's guy, and two, I got to commend Freddie for not cutting off nobody for the last 2 to 3 minutes.
Let me say, Freddie.
Record right there, like
y'all
that.
Talk as long as y'all want to. Listen. I am laughing. I'm having a good old time.
No.
That's why I said we gonna stop. I'm gonna get
in terms of that D'Lo narrative, right? Braun did trade Andrew Wiggins. Go, Freddie.
Okay.
He did.
The Lakers were 3-1 against the Warriors, and the only loss they had this year was Game 1. Part of that 2-10 start or 2% start, whatever y'all started off.
2-10.
Does that not mean anything that they whooped the Warriors the last 3 times they played them.
I'm be honest with you.
Do you guys feel like the Warriors have evolved since that time? Do you feel like the Warriors have improved and grown?
No, they were literally, bro. They were like 3 and everything else on the road. So no,
we went 3-1. We went 3-1 against Atlanta this season. That's all I'm gonna say. When the playoffs get here and people know that
but y'all also never won.
That is true. The regular
season won one a few years ago.
So, I mean, the Magic did beat the Celtics 1-3. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not even trying to be funny.
No,
I'm
Trey.
You know the Celtics are better though. So that's to that point. I'm just.
But Trey, we would have had to wait to see what happens with that, because maybe the Magic just has, just one of those matchup things. The Lakers and the Warriors are going to play 1. 2, the Lakers they've been the best defensive team and one of the best teams in the league post-trade. So that's there. And I don't know why people keep disregarding the fact that they won like 9 of their last 11 games. Then they just beat a number 2 seed. Like, people just keep trying to find reasons to discredit them. Like, they're one of the deeper teams in the league. I don't think we're even paying attention to what the Warriors are going to have to do. They just, like, the Sacramento Kings were able to do things defensively to the Warriors that we haven't seen. And the Sacramento Kings was a bottom 5 defensive team in the league this year. So the things that we aren't talking about are what we noticed in this series. They just lost at home as a veteran team in a closeout game by, like, I forget what, 20 or something the other day, right?
I'll say this too, Freddie. The first win, no Steph. The next 2 wins, no Wiggins. So I do think it'll be a different series. Because that's the only thing about a regular season for me is that there's always guys out.
Sure. But
Memphis had guys out in the playoffs.
But let me so the Warriors' first win of the season was and they had a complete, you know what I'm saying? So the Lakers are, well, we know this, right? They're one of the best defensive teams in the league. They have a championship pedigree right now with those guys, right? They have shooting now, although I think Malik Beasley have a very good series this series.
I think he's gonna
the Warriors haven't been a great defensive team this year, and they struggled offensively for huge stretches against one of the 5 worst defenses in the league. We can't ignore that. Then you go to the other end. Anthony Davis have feasted on Golden State, right? 1. So they don't have a rim protector like Memphis has, right? They don't have a Jaren Jackson that can offensively stretch the floor and make pull AD away from the rim like Memphis has. Steph, this game, although he's amazing from 3, Steph was getting downhill and getting to the hoop. He's not going to be able to do that because he's not above the rim like Ja was, right? So there's that there. And then just defensively, you have Vando, you have Schroeder, who's going to come in, because I don't think D'Lo is going to necessarily need to have that defensive responsibility, but Schroeder is going to take that challenge on. Steph is going to average 25 or more. It's going to happen. Well, if you can neutralize Clay and keep Wiggins back to 14 or 15 per game, then you're fine. Jordan Poole, whatever, right? I mean, I'm over that guy. Like, I'm tossing into my Bones Highland category. Like, but Steph, Clay, and Wiggs are the 3 main pieces. Wiggs, you open 14 or 15. Clay, they have the players that they can keep attached to Clay, because Clay's not a speed guy, right? He's not going to beat you off the dribble and break your defense down, get into the middle of defense and flat kick it out. No. Steph is the only guy you're going to really, really have to worry about. And I think they can do enough to keep Steph from getting everybody else involved as well. If you just got Steph, you got to, Steph isn't going to give you 50 every night.
Right. So
they should be fine.
Reeves, let me ask you this, because like he said, we have enough people to throw at Clay, which I kind of agree with, but at the same time, I still think, Clay's going to get his numbers. So from a guard's perspective, do you feel like the Warriors are going to be able to completely eclipse the Lakers? Like, is it just going to look like, damn, we can't do anything with the Warriors? Because that could be considered a worry. It's Steph and Clay, the Splash Brothers, like that. It's their bread and butter in a sense to a lot of people. So do you think they're going to do that?
Well, I think that, it's Steph and Clay versus D'Lo and Reeves. I think Steph and Clay win that because they should. But like Freddie said, the Lakers have been great on defense. But I do think that for example, Vanderbilt, if they decide to bring Draymond off the bench, which I don't think they will, I think he'll start this series, even though they did do it the last 2 games prior. But obviously, Draymond started today in Game 7. But if I'm just really trying to look at the matchups, right? Like you could
think Vando will guard
put Vanderbilt on Steph, right?
I think you put Vando on Steph.
Right, and then so you have D'Lo on Draymond probably.
Maybe.
I mean, he would probably be your best worst guy.
Maybe Reeves on Wiggins and D'Lo on Clay.
You're not gonna be able. Bron's gonna have to guard. Wiggins.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but that
here's why I say that. Earlier in the year, Reeves was caught guarding JT was caught guarding some of those bigger perimeter players. And Wiggs don't really post up, bro. He shoots a lot of threes.
He did in this series, though. He did in this series. Whenever his jumper, his jumper was falling or not. Like, say he missed it.
But they didn't run any actions to post him up. I mean, it's tough to because you got Draymond and Looney out there anyways. But
that's why I said maybe they don't bring. That's why I think they're not going to start Draymond personally. I think in Game 1. I don't, bro. I think in Game 1 they actually tried to open the floor up because of a guy like AD at the rim. He's already going to be there. So if you have Draymond and then you basically are telling Vanderbilt, you know what I mean, he could just run around and chase Steph. You have to spread that floor out more. And I think that's the only reason why Golden State got
Well, what's the flip side to it? Poole will get abused. He can't guard a single player in that starting lineup.
He can guard Vanderbilt because
Vanderbilt goes in that corner. Vanderbilt goes in that corner. So when the ball swings, they pass it to him. If Vanderbilt beats, if we win by Vanderbilt hitting that corner 3, I think the Warriors would take that. Like that might happen.
But y'all forgetting Vanderbilt won them a game doing that. You only need your role players to win you one game. Rui,
I agree.
Mando,
do y'all give Vanderbilt or Draymond winning the game from 3 first?
One more time.
Do y'all think Draymond or Vanderbilt will win the game from 3 first?
I say Draymond.
The Warriors, they have like a win percentage of like 86% when Draymond hits a 3. Like
Draymond
is really extreme.
It's so streaky. It's so streaky though. Yeah, like he has those games sometimes, but it's so streaky. But
had like 8 threes in a game before in the playoffs. Versus Portland.
But that's what I'm saying though. I really do think the same way that they're gonna hide D'Lo, you can hide a Jordan Poole. I mean, but again, you can and you can't, right? Because the league today is I'm gonna call for a screen, and that player is gonna switch every time. Like if they, something that I appreciate about the Nuggets, I don't like it. I appreciate it at the same time. I don't like that the Nuggets big 3 can't play defense, but something that they don't have a problem with is showing and hedging hard on all screens and allowing guys like Jamal Murray, Jokic, and Michael Porter Jr. to run across court to the guy who was help side.
No,
so if the Warriors ran something like that, I think they would have a chance.
No, okay. Hey, hold on. Hey, Bella, I got 3 questions for y'all, and then after that, we're gonna transition on to the next.
Right. I do have one important question regarding what he said, though.
Go ahead.
I just want to ask. So again, this was a bottom 5 defense that gave Golden State problems at times. Y'all don't think that a top 5 defense can give them more problems in a situation like this?
No, I that's why I mentioned Jordan Poole starting, because I think you have to stretch out that Lakers defense. That's the only thing that's going to counter it. That's what I was saying, Freddie. I think that if you start Draymond, you're basically conceding the first half to the Lakers, because the spacing will be. I mean, because the spacing when Draymond was started against the Kings was awful. You know what I mean? It was honestly awful.
I like this. I like Draymond coming off the bench because it seemed like he kind of revitalized the bench a little bit, helped that second unit out. And with playoffs, you do need that second unit in order to thrive. So I personally like Draymond there. My question to you guys though about this particular series is this: will we see Steph Curry have another 50-point game?
Yes,
we will.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if it go like I mean, really think what the situation was for him to score 50. It's game 7. You know what I mean? Like
38 shots.
Home. You know what I mean?
Okay. Now, Reese, let me ask you this though, because you did say they're going to win in 6. Right. So, do you think he's going to do it game 6, game 5 to kind of turn the corner? Like what's your thoughts? Because again, you have them winning already, so it doesn't seem like it's desperation.
Yeah, I think actually, if it happens, I do think it'll actually happen in LA. Like, and then again, this is me speaking from and Freddie, bear with me, right? The Celtics, the Celtics were the number one defense last year, and Steph gave us 43 at our crib.
He broke y'all.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He took y'all well away.
He does it game 6 for you then. That's what I'm hearing, because that would be
and he did it. He did it what in game 5 last year?
Listen,
okay.
I'm gonna tell y'all now. I'm gonna tell y'all.
Because you have us winning in 5.
Yeah.
So when does Steph do it for you then? Because
0%. One, he's not shooting 38 shots.
I swear you just said he can get a 50 ball.
No, I did not say that.
Oh, okay.
He said no. He
No.
said no.
Two, Lakers defense is too good to allow a 50 ball. I get what Ja did, and that was aberration. They let him shoot threes because he's not that. I mean, he just got hot from 3. Like you let him. You're not letting Steph do that. You're pushing up and trapping it up. So no, no way.
Around a lot. It might be tough. So then, okay. So you say he's not gonna get 50. So then, let me ask you this. Then, and I'm gonna ask Reed the same question. Who gets a 40 ball first, Steph or Braun?
Anthony Davis. Oh, well, if it would be one of those two, I would say Steph. But I think AD would be the first person in the series to get 40.
Yes, 40. Okay,
Yeah.
Reed, Steph or Braun in terms of 40. And then, do you think AD will get 40 before both of them?
I think it would be Steph as well, and I don't think AD goes to 40 in this series.
Okay.
I just don't. I personally, bro, in a closeout game, he had 16 points. He didn't need 30 to win that game. Don't get me wrong, because the Grizzlies were awesome.
Against the defensive player of the year and one of the best defenses in the league.
No,
absolutely. One of
but
the worst defenses in the league.
But Freddie,
that has no rim protection.
But Freddie, to be fair, though, you also pointed out and highlighted, emphasized quite nicely that Jaren Jackson Jr. kept getting into foul trouble. So did he really go up against the defensive player of the year that much? Like, he might go up against someone.
He didn't really get into foul trouble like that this series. I mean, he does, yeah, but Jaren Jackson finished almost all those games. Like, so that wasn't the issue in this series. And it's, again, one of the best defenses in the league that has rim protection.
Okay.
They don't have that in Golden State. Either or.
Okay. So then my final question then, and this one kind of ties for AD. Who gets 20 rebounds first, Anthony Davis or Kevon Looney?
AD. Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about it earlier.
You know what, man?
A lot more.
Sure. Because I think Freddie,
before you answer, if Kevon Looney gets 20 rebounds, the Lakers lost that game. That's a fact.
So listen to me. I'm agreeing with you. I don't think Looney's gonna be able to stay on the court long enough to get 20 rebounds. Whether if it's foul trouble or just him being played off the court. Being played off the court. So I don't think he's gonna have it. Sabonis and AD are two different people, bro. Two very different people.
I mean, no, Kevon won't be able to play free safety on AD. No. I mean,
he's either going to get a foul trouble or he's just going to get played off.
Me personally, I would probably play off of AD, not as much as Looney did on Sabonis, but like AD jumper ain't been really.
His mid range has been, yeah, right.
It ain't been
his
that
ball away from baseline over the top.
He'll have his moments. What
That's what I'm saying, Freddie. Like, I don't know what you're saying. It like he's
one of the worst defenses in the league. His mid-range in his ball,
but they didn't. You keep saying that, bro. But they did not have Wiggins for 40 games, bro.
Hey, look. I'm about to say, look.
Still giving up 120 in the playoffs with Wiggins. Come on. Man.
Hey, look, fellas.
They were trash.
Look, we're gonna have to watch and see how that don't go out, because we got the Suns versus the Nuggets. These boys have already played a game. Now, the Nuggets did dog walk the Suns. Come on, little fella, let's go. Like, it was kind of bad. But do y'all believe that the Nuggets are going to win this series? Because, I mean, it looked bad, so you might think sweep, or maybe even a gentleman's sweep. Freddie, I think we started with you last time. So, Reese, what's your thoughts on this series? Suns versus Nuggets. Who wins?
I have the Nuggets.
Nuggets in.
I have the Nuggets in 5 or 6. Ooh. And it's honestly all because of DeAndre Ayton versus Aaron Gordon.
Oh.
Because I really do think that those are the two X factors for their team. And what Aaron Gordon showed you last game is, if KD gonna give me 20 and a half, I'm gonna shoot this shot. So if AG is hitting those threes, which he will not hit that at that clip every game, do not get me wrong. But what he's showing you is what he's not going to do on offense is settle just because he's getting baked on defense. And you got to respect that. Whereas Aiden is settling on offense and defense. Like, I mean, they showed the clip of Jokic fighting with everybody on the Suns and Aiden just staying out of bounds, just looking at him, just completely disengaged. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's what's going to be the toughest part for the Suns, which I think they're going to end up trading Aiden this summer, is that he don't want to be there. And so it's like when he gets frustrated with Jokic, because Jokic is a very frustrating person to guard, especially the way
he's so freaking aggressive and wild at times, but nothing illegal. It's just like grabbing your arm, bumping the shit out, even before he gets the ball. Like he plays European basketball for real.
Aiden was visibly frustrated because it looked like he was like, yo, I've been in the gym this summer working out to like be able to stand up against Giannis running through me. And then here comes Jokic, who's basically just footworking me, like feet work, like Seth said. I mean, it's just feet work. And then Jokic does not give up after he throws the ball in the air. And that's what really pisses people off, is that he's still under the basket. Like, he hasn't moved.
Yeah, but he holds you off. He missed, like, he had 3 or 4 situations yesterday where he literally just kept missing layups and just getting the rebound right back. Yeah, and that's why I'm like, okay. Yeah, I'm like, no. Yeah. That's why he shot like 8 of 21. That's, but it's like, yo, you can't do anything. There's not many players with that size and physicality.
Freddie, real quick, did you say who you choose in terms of
No. So I'm torn, honestly, man. If I had to put money on it, I would have to say Denver. 1, because of familiarity. 2, because of the big guy inside. I don't trust DeAndre Ayton. I've been going back I don't trust DeAndre Ayton, and what Joker does on the rebounding standpoint, I feel like really matters. I definitely think it'll be a lot closer series, because watching that game yesterday, Golden State, Phoenix was making the most careless, forced, like trying to get ball through small window for no reason, turnovers. Like they're coming down a fast break, and instead of 3 of the best mid-range shooters in the league are not stopping and popping for midi, they're trying to force the ball through players, through traffic. Like, it was just a lot of dumb stuff, And then, like, he brought up Aaron Gordon's hot shooting night. I think KD was just more so heat checking him. I don't know if AG ever shoot that well, but I don't know if Michael Porter Jr. ever shoot that bad. So, yeah, it's tough. KD got whatever he wanted and played amazingly on defense. He got whatever. Man. Yeah, but
seven turnovers to 1 assist is tough.
Yeah. So, it's like a lot of careless play, and Denver just seemed like the sharper team. They also played in Denver, where it's tough to play.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it's like, okay.
Do you guys think they'll steal a game in Denver? Because again, Reese, I know you
say that, right? So if it comes down to a 7-game series, I got Phoenix, but I don't know if it'll get there, because it comes down to this guy for me over everything else. D1, Canadian, Michael Jordan, 6'4". Every time he's in the playoffs, they win more. The most important player to the Denver Nuggets championship hopes is Jamal Murray.
Okay. So before
what he did, his effective scoring yesterday, efficiency, his ability to get a tough bucket continuously and break a team's will and go on a 12-0 run by itself and bust open a game, how Steph was doing today, right? To a lesser degree, Jamal Murray did yesterday. And then to be able to play defense effectively right now. He's not a lockdown defender, but he's playing effective defense and still be able to facilitate when Joker has been shooting 45% from the field and 70% from the line in the playoffs. Mr. Efficiency. Now you got Jamal Murray stepping up and showing why he was also the best player in the 2019-2020 playoffs. Last time they went to the Western Conference Finals before AD walked Joker. This is what we came here for. This is my point. Jamal Murray is the most important player for the Denver Nuggets in terms of them getting an NBA championship this year.
Can I ask a question before
Ask
Trey?
all the questions.
Before Trey says that Jokic is more important, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So, every series, you need the others to win a game. You need your star players to win a game. And then once, the series kind of slows down, everybody knows everybody plays, that's when your stars are supposed to stand up and kind of win games, right?
Mm-hmm.
So game one, did Aaron Gordon win game one, or did Phoenix turnovers win game one? I love Nuggets defense.
I think it was Phoenix turnovers and Aaron Gordon played, but I don't think his points were as felt as Jamal Murray's. The timing of Jamal Murray's buckets were crazy. I always feel like timing of your buckets matter, right? But I think it was Phoenix turnovers as well, because that's what kind of opened up the game and got the Nuggets out on the break for those shots for players like that.
Trey, what do you think?
Phoenix.
Do you think that was an others game, or do you think Phoenix just kind of gave it away?
I think it was kind of a combination of Denver won that flat out, but then also the Phoenix Suns kind of gave it away. They played sloppy. The Suns
literally gave it away.
I mean, the Nuggets capitalized. Like Aaron Gordon, he may not go 3 for 4. Maybe Michael Porter does go 1 for 4 again from the 3-point line. Like I've seen Aaron Gordon be consistent for an entire season, right? But then also we saw Jokic be extremely efficient. Now maybe he'll flip that around, but like point in time right now, the man shooting 70% from the free throw line. We didn't see that before. So maybe
50%
because of the matchup. Like I think it was just game one. I'm not trying to read too much into it, because now let's say the Suns end up demolishing the Nuggets. Oh, now the narrative is going to completely change. Hell, FanDuel's going to take away my cash out money a little bit from 33 now to like probably 22. So I mean, I don't want to read.
But I'll say this too, though. It's crazy because Denver scored 37 in that second quarter, and I can't say that I think Phoenix could stop them from doing that again.
So you guys, is that because of the coaching? Like you don't think the coaching can figure out a way, or is that just because of lack of personnel?
I don't think it's even that. I think
both
again,
teams defensively
KD
give up buckets.
Well, yeah, KD didn't guard AG. He literally let him shoot. It was like whatever. Ayton can't guard Joker because he don't got this. So I think what Phoenix will have to do is offensively, they gotta expose Joker, bro. Like, no, I don't know how teams are able to hide Joker at times, because they play man and he sits in open space, right? He doesn't go out to the perimeter. He sits in open space. So if you run a screen, put him in a screen and roll action, he's triple drop coverage. He's not coming out there to protect. So you can go towards drive on Joker, or you can put three. But you got to make him uncomfortable, make him work on defense. It's not even about, trying to take over a game as one player, but just
I think
about making Joker work on the other end. This is what Golden State did last year. It's what Phoenix did the year before.
What do you guys think about Ayton and CP3 needing to be more aggressive? Because again, D-Book.
I actually think that CP3 was very aggressive.
Yeah.
I actually think that Chris Paul was very aggressive. I don't think that the Suns were able to expose Jokic because Ayton is not involved enough. Yeah. He's not involved enough.
Absolutely.
Like it's just like, and he cannot continue to settle for the mid-range shot, because basically what you're allowing Jokic to do is play defense from the 3-point line to the free throw line. And that's nothing. But if you have to run from the 3-point line to the paint and do that, 20 to 25 times a game, you see what I'm saying? That changes the pace.
If I'm CP3, I'm trying to run the pick and roll game with Ayton a lot. And then I'm having KD and D-Book on the wings and whoever the hell else.
But have y'all not noticed that when it's D-Book and KD, it's kind of your turn, my turn?
So yeah, I was just about to get into that.
But that's what I mean by when I say CP3 needs to be more aggressive. I want him to be the floor general of the team. Like when I saw KD come onto the squad, I'm not gonna lie to you, on FanDuel, I felt comfortable in CP3 still getting like 8 assists, because that's what he should be doing, especially with these two weapons. And it was all a little switch. Like D-Book and KD's assists kind of went up and CP's went down. I'm like,
that was one game though, Trey. CP3 in that Clippers series.
But no, I'll say this though. You know why Chris Paul's assists have gone down? Because now the action is D-Book, CP3, and KD screen and roll with Ayton. And then when CP3 is giving the ball to D-Book and KD in their spot, they're not quick shot guys. They're kind of getting to their shot, and then they might actually make a pass from there. So it's a lot of
Right.
hockey
Not a
assists
catch and
going on.
shooter, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But
They're not
even with
just
that,
catch and
I think we're overreacting to it. Because yeah, in that Clippers series, Chris Paul was fine, with the exception of maybe a game. Like that 11 assist game and that 9 assist game. So like you said, but there's an extra star there. But I think just looking at just game one, I feel like, well, for one, let me give Denver credit for how well of defense they played. Like they played some pretty damn good, and they played some pretty damn good defense versus Minnesota. So I don't want to take credit away from them there, because in the regular season I didn't give them as much credit. So let me do that. I want to be fair. But yesterday specifically, I felt like they were like, okay, KD and Book are technically unstoppable. Let's let them just eat, and nobody else eats, right?
Yeah.
Because we know one thing: Jamal Murray's going to match one of them shot for shot, or at least give us close enough. Joker's going to give us 20 plus, right, with everything else. And between Michael Porter and Aaron Gordon, one of those dudes going to give us 15 to 20, right? And then we got KCP. So we're going to get all our players their points. We're going to be good from there. If we could just limit it to D-Book and KD, let them get their 30 apiece, and everybody else is shut down, we're good. Because
it's crazy,
DeAndre Ayton's not going to say, yo, involve me. If they're shooting, he's going to sit back and let them shoot. And I think that's a brilliant game plan, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys what's more important: those two getting their 30, or Ayton and CP3 getting 15 plus.
Easily the second one.
And that's why I said I want CP3 to be more aggressive. I put on the video already. I think he's the X factor as far as the Suns go. CP3 is kind of going to drive that bus. You already know what you're going to get from D-Book and KD, but you can get a phenomenal series from CP3. I don't know how you stop this team, even with the issues that they have from a depth perspective. Maybe you have issues with Ayton. I understand that. Like again, those three players, that'll be quite tough.
It's crazy though, because I really do feel like if I am Michael Malone, I want the ball in CP3's hand, because I'm very comfortable safeguarding Devin Booker and KD. And it's just kind of like, if we already know that they are, say every game that we say they're going to at least get 20 to 30 points apiece. So you're saying that they're going to get 40 to 60 points. You know what I mean? Cool. But I just personally feel like if I'm looking at CP3, this is me just watching that first series and watching game one. And again, though, they have played 15 games together, right? And I think that is a huge factor, and it will be the determining factor when this game gets to elimination time for either side. I think it's going to come down to all because, KD gets a lot of credit for being able to be input into any offense.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you still got to have some type of chemistry with the others, because KD can play elite basketball with Chris Paul and Devin Booker, but the others are not on their level. You know what I mean? In terms of plays, in terms of feeling out the game, in terms of knowing where to be at certain moments and stuff. Like, I'm not, like, don't get me wrong, Torrey Craig and Josh Okogie, I give them their respect, but they're not a Emmanuel Quickly. You know what I mean? They're not
it makes us wonder, what's up with Terrence Ross? Why isn't Terrence Ross?
And so what's wrong with him? He only got 5 minutes last game. What's wrong with TJ Warren?
He hurt.
And look, what's wrong with Darius Baisley? Because Darius Baisley, 6'9", athletic. So in terms of rebounds,
what's wrong with them?
Energetic.
They're not in that 8 to 9.
Oh.
When they get to the playoffs, you play 8 to 9 guys, bro. I'm not making this shit up. I swear I'm not. Really, we
know you got a 9-man rotation for playoffs. That's high school.
The only reason that Landale touched the court last night is because Aiden had 4 fouls. That's when you pull the 10th guy up, right?
So let me ask you this. So specifically with Phoenix, is this a case of maybe you don't need Bismack Biyombo and you go to like Jacques Landale? Or do they have Sarge on their team? Who has Sarge? Because Jacques Landale through the regular season had he's high energy guy. He can actually shoot that 3 ball. And he'll rebound and he'll defend. And he doesn't need the ball to be effective.
Well,
Bismack Biyombo is not going to be able to out-rebound Joker. He's not going to be able to outweigh Joker. And he's not going to be able to pull Joker away from the rim.
Let me ask you guys this. What about putting him and Ayton in the lineup with Kevin Durant and D-Book and Chris Paul? Because now you have a bunch of players, 6'10", 3 players 6'10" and above. Yeah. And then you got D-Book, who has shown that he's willing to play some defense. And then Chris Paul has always given it the old college try and been pretty good. So would y'all work with that?
I think it's tough because of the way Denver runs. I think it's tough in that situation. The way their offense sets up, they run that like split action from up top off of Joker, and Jack Rondell's gonna be out in open space. So I don't think you want him in those situations too often. Like, I mean, first of all, AG looks like a 2-guard right now, bro.
I mean,
he's facing up and bouncing that pill right now, bro. And
but I mean, look at it like this too,
this
though.
type of bag ever, I don't think, bro.
I'm gonna keep saying this every recording because people switch every goddamn screen. What is the point of having defensive specialists on the court anymore? I really don't get it. Like you just give people up. They're just giving people who
I
they
think
want
some
to
of those
guard.
defensive specialists will fight through screens, will stay on their man, like Marcus Smart. He'll fight through screens.
But not only that.
No, hear me out though. Hear me out. If you run Jamal Murray's highlights from last night, he at least got 15 points on Shannon. At least. Bare minimum. Right. Because I mean, you know what I mean? And then also, the Nuggets are getting away with the Nuggets get away with not bringing another big off the bench. I think
that's terrible coaching because you blitz that screen and roll, right? You blitz it and you don't switch. You blitz, you give your guy time to get you trap that and hope defender drop back.
That's what the Nuggets do.
That's what you're supposed to do. Trap that ball,
and then you can pass the ball.
Get the hell back out of there.
Hey, look. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna monitor what we said, right? We're gonna see how that series goes, though, because I'm sure y'all boys want to talk about the East a little bit too. Which one do I want to start off with? I don't know.
Start with the Knicks. They play today. Start with Knicks.
Start with the Knicks. That's so crazy. I was really about to start with the other one, but all right, cool. We got Heat versus Knicks. It was a request. It was a fan favorite request. So Jimmy Jeffrey Jordan beat the Knicks off a tweaked ankle. It's not no flu, but he just like his daddy. So like Freddie, how worried are you?
He's just like his daddy.
Freddie, how worried are you about Jeffrey Jordan's offspring? Do you feel like he is going to carry the Heat to the promised land past y'all? Y'all lost home court advantage. So I mean, I wanted to get your perspective on it. Matter of fact, hold on, wait for it. Soapbox.
Wow.
It's one game, right? That hurts, right, buddy?
Well, yeah, it's one game. Listen, I'll say this. I think Tibbs kind of fell into the Budenholzer trap. We allowed Jimmy Butler in the third quarter to literally get like 5 outlet, fast break, easy buckets, just cherry picking after Jalen Brunson misses a 3 short, right? I don't know what happened to his legs, misses a short 3. Jimmy Butler just literally just skates down the court, full court pass, layup. So they got a lot of plays like that to get themselves back in the game. As far as in their half court set, we had some terrible breakdowns. I don't know if that's going to happen again, to be honest. We're not going to get beat by 5 or 6 freaking undrafted players. And Duncan Robinson, like, we had Toppin being guarded by Duncan Robinson, and he didn't go to the post one time. He shot like 12 threes, man. That's why I miss Jupop. I'm saying all that to say this. Miami's a good team. They have some players with championship pedigree. They have a championship pedigree coach, GM, all of that good stuff. But there is nothing that Miami can do to win this series. Nothing. I don't care if they break my legs, if they break Spike Lee's legs, if they let Wilt Chamberlain ride on the bus with them and know their whole game plan and go in there and give us 100. There's nothing they're going to be able to do to beat us, okay? Listen, they don't have enough. We're going to adjust. We clearly were the better team the whole entire first half, and we had some weird mental breakdowns. We didn't adjust to them packing the paint. Jalen Brunson couldn't shoot today. That's not going to happen again. I've seen some positives from us. So we're winning in 5, 4 straight. We'll be fine.
So, Trey, before we respond to what Freddie said, do you have specific questions about this series? You want to get those? Do you want to ask those early?
I did. Like, for example, Freddie, you said y'all gonna win in 5.
We're gonna run the next 4 games.
Okay.
I love
my question was, how do you reclaim home court? So how do you win the next 2 games? Because that's essentially how you do it right now. You have home court advantage.
Yeah. So listen, we literally missed what Jalen Brunson went 0 for 8 from 3. He missed wide open shots, right? And some of the shots that they made, those shots will not continue to go down, bro. Like early on, I think Sam Vincent, Jesus Christ, Gabe Vincent, definitely not Sam Vincent. Gabe Vincent shot 7 or 8 threes in the first quarter, bro. He hit like his first 2, and then he ended up like 2 for 7, 2 for 8. They're not going to be able to continuously hit these tough threes like that. We're not going to continuously give up these fast break, cherry pick Jimmy Butler buckets like that. They got a lot of offense from tough shots and just lack of effort defense from us. So we are one of the best defenses. I think we'll get Jupac back soon enough, and I don't expect Jalen Brunson to play as bad as he did, or RJ Barrett to play as bad as he did in the second half. They both still ended up with about 25 or 26 points. We did as well as we needed to do on Jimmy, and the rest of those guys we will be able to neutralize. We remember who dropped 38 on us. Who was that first game actually of last series when old boy dropped 38 on us? Keep that in mind. And then after that, he didn't know what to do.
Okay,
I'm fine.
You said Randall returning. Will he return, just real quick? Will he return to his similar role, or because he's come back from an ankle injury, will you expect him to take a slight dip in his role?
Jimmy has an ankle injury as well, so
you expect him to return?
Yeah, so I expect Randall to return. He can shoot threes, or we can just post him up. He don't have to do much. So either way, if he can give us 12 to 15 on top of Obi Toppin continues to play good, I like it.
Okay, got you. Reese, I know you've been quiet, so what's your thoughts, baby? What you got for me?
So it's tough, right? Because I don't know when Julius Randle's coming back, right? Like we say that he should be back, but for bigs and feet are real funny. Bigs and lower extremities are real funny.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like, if say he don't come back game 2, I'm not saying Miami is getting I can't even just call it luck, bro. But I mean, damn, it's luck. Like to have the star players out. I mean, seriously, say Julius Randle misses game 2.
Only imagine if Boston had this kind of luck, right?
I mean, just could I get it a couple times, Freddie? You know what I mean?
I mean, you got him beat out. What else?
Hey, look, Freddie.
Embiid's got
he's not upset. I'm gonna let him get on the soapbox.
Yeah,
well, that's not even that I'm upset though, right? But it's like, what's so tough about Miami is you can't let the game be close. And so like that's where the Knicks, I feel like in the first half, you gotta really put your foot on their neck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't think the Knicks capitalized on how good of a first half they had.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? So it's like if you don't put your foot on Miami's neck, all Jimmy Butler sees is, we're down 2 possessions. I can get 5 by myself. And he does it. You know what I mean? Because he's Jimmy Jeffrey Jordan. Trey, I mean, it's true. It's true. And so it's like you just can't, like, Freddie, I 100% agree with you. They do not have enough. But why the F do they keep winning, bro? I felt like that the past 3 I felt like that the past 3 to 4 years, bro.
Jimmy Butler, yeah.
I know. That's what I'm saying, though.
There's a reason why, yeah.
Yeah, and so if you are not beating them by, Milwaukee blew 2 15-point leads. So at this point, if you're not beating them by 20, it's like, seriously, if you're not beating them by 20, they are very confident. That is the scariest thing about having the best player in the series.
I agree with that.
Thing about the best player in the series. The guys around him know that Jimmy's the best guy in this series. Yeah. So they're like, if we can just do what we're supposed to do, dive on the floor, hustle, get offensive rebounds.
Play your role. Your role.
Yeah. Hey, I did get nervous because we were up by like 12, 15, right? We were heading and I'm sitting there watching the game with my dad earlier, man. My pops, I'm like, man, we're only up by 5 points going into halftime. He's like, yo, you should be happy. I'm like, no. That momentum shifted, and you could sense it. And immediately coming out of half, we were flat. Jimmy Butler got about 3 or 4 outlet passes for cherry pick, easy buckets, and it completely flipped the game around. Players started hitting threes for their team. So yeah, you're right. You can't keep it close with them.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, for you both, because I'm watching today's game. Toppin and RJ Barrett ain't look too bad, fellas. Like, they look pretty damn good. So my question is this: are those two players making Julius Randle, Pop, expendable?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, I actually think that during the I don't think so. But I think during the halftime, they made a good point. Like Stephen A made a good point as the Knicks ball movement is a lot better with Julius Randle off the court. But that's okay. No, well, Freddie, I did the same thing you did just now. But when you have a star player, you know what I mean? At some point, they will be a black hole because they're the star player. Right. And something that I don't like about Jason Tatum is he is always looking for the right pass. You know what I mean? Something I appreciate about Julius Randle is he's always looking for his shit. You know what I mean? At some point, it's just like, I'm the star player. I'm the one who's getting paid the big bucks. Why always put the pressure on the next guy? Which is something Bron has always been knocked about his whole career, about always passing up big shots and stuff and letting somebody else take the shot. But I feel like it works for the Knicks because y'all are so deep that when Julius Randle isn't on the court, it's like y'all don't miss a beat in terms of balls moving. You know what I mean? It's not like when he's on the court, it's so stagnant that y'all don't have any motion. You know what I mean? That's why I was kind of like, I hear you, Stephen A, but it's like, if Julius Randle was out there, y'all are up 15 going into the half.
Won by 20.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Y'all are up way more.
We'll see what happens when the man comes back.
So I do want to answer that though. That same question, Trey. If I got just a couple seconds. So I said hell. I know you heard me say hell no.
I was about to say I thought you addressed it already.
Listen, bro. Toppin, I like Toppin, but Toppin isn't aggressive enough. Again, he allowed Duncan Robinson to guard him today. Duncan Robinson has been deemed unplayable because he gets scored on every trip and his shot was off. He didn't hit really any threes today. I don't know if he made one today.
Nah, I think he had 0 points actually. I think
he was on the court for like a stretch of 5+ minutes without Obi posting him up. Obi shot like 10 to 12 threes today. He had some, but he wasn't aggressive enough on the boards. He doesn't post up. He doesn't put the other team in foul trouble. Julius Randle, a 25, 10, and 5 guy who also plays defense, who can, make the defense lock. Our offense, I get it, the ball doesn't move, but it makes the other defenders pay attention to him, which opens up backcourt cuts and other action.
Absolutely.
So that's why I say that. RJ Barrett is a bad guy. He's a bad, what. So I just wish he finished that second half a little better. But
I think he got a lot of confidence in that Cavs series, which is kind of what you needed going into Miami. Because if you got RJ Barrett from the first 2 games going into Miami, it wouldn't have been pretty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because he was able to get going, it was good.
For Trey, the best player out of that, the most successful career.
So Reese, real quick. You said something to me that caught my attention, right? You said, so you say that you would rather have Julius Randle than Jason Tatum. That's what I heard.
No, not what I said.
That's what I heard. Are you already conceding to the Celtics losing? Are you changing your tune? You reneging it?
Wait, did you say that for real?
So earlier,
what I said just now was what I appreciate about Julius Randle is that he looks for him before he looks for somebody else. When Jason Tatum catches the ball, you can see that he's looking immediately to make the right play, which you cannot knock. Like, I'm not knocking it. I appreciate. No. Hear me out. I didn't say I don't appreciate Jason Tatum.
Just appreciate more.
More. You see what I'm saying?
So it's not. So okay, I'm just saying, it just sounds like you want Julius Randle over Jason Tatum because now maybe you seem like you're a little worried that y'all not gonna beat the 76ers. Is that it? Joel Embiid, he might come back. He might.
And I, you know what? I honestly and truly do hate this for the city of Philadelphia.
Hold on. Let me let you go into something real quick.
I mean, listen, no, seriously, and this is gonna be a quick one, and I appreciate this. I'm really sorry, and y'all see what's behind me. I'm gonna go ahead, slide to the left a little bit again. You see what's behind me. See what I'm saying? So I'm really sorry, but it's still in Philadelphia because they're about to lose the Super Bowl and get swept in the same 3 months time. That sucks. Like to have Joel Embiid, like Joel Embiid has had probably one of the best. Like he is a Hakeem Elijah Shaq. You know what I mean? And he just don't be playing during the playoffs. And when he does, Celtics are 8-1. We're 8-1. I'm not making. We're 8-1 against Philly because, like y'all said, that the Denver has planned on doing for Phoenix. We allow Joel Embiid to go for 50, and we make sure that nobody else scores 10. Like that is what we do every time we play them, and it works because he is so polarizing that if you get caught up in, oh, we got to double him or we got to do this, that he will beat you because everybody else gets going, everybody else gets involved. That's where Brooklyn messed up. Instead of letting Claxton die out there, they were like, we're going to double Embiid every time because we care so much about Claxton. I wouldn't have gave a damn about Claxton. I would have let Claxton foul out every game, and I would have made sure that Maxey and James Harden couldn't, you know what I mean, average 50 points combined on the series. And that's what the Celtics do. And so I really do. I really feel for Philly because they don't deserve to lose their star player again to health. But I mean, bro, they said he's going out there with a knee brace, Trey. Like, seriously, if you're going out there with a knee brace, you're not even close to 75%. Like,
so, Reese, let me ask you this then. Because, again, I said last time I made a video about how, you know, they need Joel Embiid's knees, right? So, what's the chance? Give me a percentage. You know, we love percentages up here. Give me a percentage, not 35%, you asshole. About or 10. I know what you do. So give me a percentage that James Harden can actually help carry this 76ers team. Because, you know, this season, Freddie has actually tried to come to the defense of James Harden, which was a little surprising. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's played real well.
It's not surprising.
No. I'm talking about Freddie's support, not James Harden's play.
No, I'm saying that Freddie's support isn't surprising either. James Harden and Joel Embiid have led the league in assist to points ratio. They led the league this season. The most assisted baskets to goals. They led the league.
I don't know why it would be surprising. I've been in support of Harden.
So I know you kind of gone at Harden a little bit over the years. That's why I said it was a little bit surprising. That's all. That's
okay.
You
know why? Because Freddie don't appreciate people getting tore down for nothing, and that's what I like about Freddie. Freddie don't like it when people just be out here getting bashed and tore up for nothing. And that's what I respect about Freddie.
I got a soft spot for that. You know, I'm a Russ fan. You know?
Except for a couple of things, but yeah, no, he does. Yeah.
No. You know what I mean? But to answer the question, though, Trey, what chance do I give James Harden? I actually give James Harden a lower chance than I give Tyrese Maxey because I do think Maxey's speed is a lot harder to guard than James Harden's swing. Because, like, for example, the way that Xavier Tillman won a game against y'all, Paul Reed is going to need to win a game against the Celtics. I swear to you. Paul Reed will need to have a 20 and 15 game like Xavier Tillman had because that means James Harden was cooking in that pick and roll and you just couldn't stop it. You know what I mean? But and if he can't get another guy involved, Marcus Smart is well known as a James Harden irritant. I mean, we won a game a couple of years ago off of back-to-back offensive fouls on Harden because Marcus Smart is really good at getting under guys' skin.
A couple years ago, James Harden was Fat Boy James Harden. Though.
I mean, on his way out of Houston. I mean, you know, it is what it is.
Freddie,
that was Houston, though. That was Houston.
I thought he was fat in Houston too.
So, Freddie, hold on. So, Freddie. So then, bringing up that point, then what's your take on that percentage part? What percentage do you think?
Yeah, because I didn't give a number, but I just know it's lower than what Tyrese Maxey.
I mean, you said Tyrese Maxey low key was like hinged upon. Joel Embiid, like as long as he playing, he good. But if he not, he ass. So it sounds like James Harden ain't gonna do too well. That's
what I'm saying. You said that. I didn't say that.
I said you said that. You said that. Because matter of fact, I got the clip ready to drop on IG. Talk to me. So Freddie, what's your percentage? Give me a number.
If I said it,
percentage of what? You gotta ask me the percentage.
It's all in terms of James Harden snapping this series. Carrying the team, if you will, what percentage would you give him in terms of succeeding in that role?
I'll say snapping 40% chance. Because listen, it's still Harden, right? But I mean, what do you consider?
I'm not talking about just for a game. I'm talking about for the season.
No. So no, I got about 40%. Bro, it's James Harden. Why are we not? It's James.
I mean, he has had playoff woes. To be fair, so I mean, does that cause for pause?
But he's also had triumphant moments in the playoffs. It's James Harden.
Freddie said, "You know who I am."
Yeah, like it's James Harden. I get what he's saying, Trey. I'm not disregarding because there is some truth to what he's saying. But we got to stop acting like James Harden was just losing to any and everybody. He was losing to the Spurs and the Warriors every year. So two of the best coaches. Like it's James Harden.
Okay.
I also don't think I'm so glad you said coaching. I do not think that Doc Rivers will outcoach Joe Mazzulla in this series the way that I think Eric Spoelstra can outcoach.
All this trash you talk about Joe Mazzulla.
Right, I'm very surprised, but also
all the times I talk about Joe Mazzulla,
Doc Rivers.
All the times I talk about Joe Mazzulla, what you really forget that is Doc Rivers won me a championship in 08. What has he done for me since?
He hasn't won a championship. He's been to a finals in 2010, 11. He's also been in a bunch of conference. Well, no, he wasn't there.
He has not. Nope, because those
when he's been to another finals after away.
Those 3-1 leads.
Away. He had the Clippers look like a prominent franchise. And, I mean, the Sixers, let's see what happens. He did blow a 3-1 lead again, but, let's see what happens. So, he's also
that's what I'm saying.
He's still been more successful than the majority of coaches in the NBA since winning that first championship. So, from 2009 to now, he's been more successful than 90% of other coaches anyway.
So I do not think that Doc Rivers' coaching can elevate the Sixers high enough to defeat the Boston.
Tobias Harris will average probably 20 in this series.
That's
People forget how good Tobias Harris is because he's told to be a fourth option.
Casual.
DeAndre Hunter just did to the Celtics. Tobias Harris can do that.
Hey,
what did DeAndre Hunter do to the Celtics?
He had like 15 brilliant games for y'all, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know what he averaged.
But he had a solid playoffs. But he had a solid playoffs.
All right. Okay, y'all keep talking.
Reese, let me ask you this then. What do you want from JB and JT specifically this series? Matter of fact, soapbox.
I just feel like my soapbox they've been great this series, and I really do. I love this already. Also, I'm looking at DeAndre Hunter's numbers. Okay. 17-6.
Yeah.
In 6 games.
JB and JT.
All right. Okay.
Let them talk.
So what I really need is, and I looked at Jason Tatum's shot chart earlier today. He's shooting 50% of his shots from the 3-point line. Well, let's say this. He's shooting 55% of his shots from the 3-point line, 40% of his shots in the paint, and 5% in the mid range. Okay. So I absolutely expect for all of his 30-point games, which is to be negligible. I think that Jaylen Brown is about to cook the shit out of the Philadelphia 76ers. I really don't know who can guard him, to be honest. Like, you're not, for one thing, too, though, if you're going to, let me start with Jaylen Brown before I go anywhere else. They will average 60 in this series as a unit.
Oh.
And we will beat the Sixers in 4.
Who will average 60?
Yeah,
JT and JB.
JT and JB is a duo. Okay. The duo will average 60.
Okay.
They will average 60.
Okay.
And so I think, for example, you cannot hide Tyrese Maxey on our lineup. You can't hide him. Marcus Smart is something. This is something I appreciated in those last 2 games against Atlanta. He stopped settling and actually took Trae Young to the basket and made a play. So if you plan on putting Tyrese Maxey on Marcus Smart, Tyrese Maxey will not be he won't even reach the percentage that I'm saying James Harden will be under Tyrese Maxey in that sense, because he'll just be in foul trouble. Marcus Smart
is a better defender than Trae Young, though. He's improved, I'll say this about Maxey.
Okay,
he's improved significantly this year.
I think Maxey will be okay defensively. Like
I think that Marcus Smart has improved going to the basket. I think that he understands that to really. When I texted y'all as we closed out the Atlanta Hawks game and said I just watched the best 3 minutes of Celtics basketball in my life, and I was just not kidding, because something Marcus Smart did not do in those 3 minutes was settle at any time.
Right.
He drove, he kicked, he played defense, and he used his head. He was smart about it. You know what I mean? I just love saying that because it's a joke in itself. But if he can do that against James Harden on defense and then run the offense the way I know he can, I mean, there's no question. And then also, let's really be honest, bro. With Malcolm Brogdon coming off the bench, the Sixers don't have a bench unit that can match Malcolm Brogdon off the bench, and that's just a fact. I mean, if y'all think that Tyrese Maxey is good against Marcus Smart, cool. As soon as Marcus Smart checks out and Brogdon checks in, Maxey will be back into just playing defense again and again. Like, that's tired.
I don't think you're giving Max. Well, for one, I think you folks.
I don't give Devin Booker credit either, Freddie. I don't just hand out credit, Freddie.
Listen. First of all, Devin Booker is guarding Jamal Murray, who is like, talk about.
And how much did Jamal Murray have?
Huh?
And how much did Jamal Murray have?
34, 9 assists or something.
Okay, so what will Jaylen Brown at 6'6" do against Tyrese Maxey?
Bro, listen to me though.
I mean, some games Maxey.
Those are two different people. Two, listen, they have Tobias Harris and PJ Tucker. Tobias is gonna probably guard JB, and PJ is gonna guard JT. Like, I feel like you keep overlooking that, bro. It's not gonna be Maxey guarding this person. Like, and then Harden's probably guard
Mikal Bridges.
Somebody like Horford or
Trey. Why did PJ Tucker not guard Mikal Bridges? Was he saving himself for the Boston?
No, bro. Listen. No.
Was he saving himself for Boston? Why didn't he guard Mikal Bridges?
What do you mean? I didn't guard it.
What do I mean?
Bro, they have Cam Johnson. They have Spencer Dinwiddie.
Okay, so hold on, Trey, real quick.
Mikal Bridges isn't JB or JT, bro. First of all,
that's what I'm saying.
Who does PJ Tucker guard? Kevin Durant to the world. That's not Mikal Bridges. Listen, you started acting like Trey, acting like Mikal Bridges is all NBA. No.
Trey, what did KD have in that closeout game? 50, 11, and 12?
Did they win or did they lose?
He makes it.
Was it because of his foot, or was it because of PJ?
Did they win or did they lose?
It's because of his foot and PJ Tucker.
Did PJ Tucker win the championship that year?
Maurice, you gotta give credit to players like PJ Tucker who make it. It's the same thing with Grant Williams. Giannis busted y'all ass, but guess what?
Hey, Trey, I love that you say that. Ask me how many DMPs Grant Williams had last series. Love it.
Well, they don't want to pay him. They don't want to pay him. They sabotage.
No,
sabotaging that fool. He said he wants 20 minutes from now.
We are giving credit, Freddie. We're giving credit. Trey, how many DMPs did Grant Williams have last series, bro? I'm giving credit, but PJ Tucker was a 6'4" center, bro. He's
starting for one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, one of the best defenses, bro. It's not by mistake. And when he was in Miami was one of those. When he was in Milwaukee was one of those. It's not by mistake. They go out and get the guy like him because they want to win championships. And they need a guy to guard those bigger wing players that we talk about so much. It's not a mistake, bro. These are the reasons why they get a PJ Tucker to pair next to Tobias.
I personally feel like you put PJ Tucker on Jaylen Brown because he's actually aggressive.
That's fine. And then Tobias.
The point is you can interchange him, but PJ Tucker's role is to be a defender.
But what is Tobias Harris' role?
Thank you, Trey.
What is Tobias Harris' role, though, guys? Seriously. He's not a defender.
He can do whatever they need him to.
Toby's role is more so offensively to go
do whatever they need him to.
But if they need him to defend,
Tobias can do whatever they need him to. He was the number 2 option for them before. He was the number 3 option for him before. He's the number 4 option for him now. He's one of those defensive players on their team, one of the best defenders on their team.
All right,
hold on. Who's the best defenders on their team?
Tobias Harris.
So Reese, just
Is Tobias Harris one of the best defenders on Philly's team?
Easily. Probably number 3.
So what does that say about Philly's defensive unit, bro?
Tucker? No. Joel is by far the best.
What does that say about Philly's defensive unit, bro?
I would say this. No. Let's do it. I'll say
it's not as elite as you
want. DJ Tucker, Tobias,
but it's serviceable. That's not. That ain't the conversation. We never
serviceable.
Reese,
serviceable.
Reese,
Y'all love serviceable.
I feel like
y'all love using that word serviceable.
It's not serviceable. He's a very good defender.
No
he
one
blocks
said-
shots,
no
he
one
plays good on ball, and he boxes out.
Trey over here. Trey just said serviceable, Freddie. He didn't say very good.
Right.
He said Tobias. So y'all don't agree.
It's not serviceable.
Y'all don't agree. Y'all do not agree
Devin
about
Booker is
Tobias
serviceable. Tobias Harris is
if I have Tobias Harris on someone like Kevin Durant, it's going to be a long game. If I have
anybody
Tobias,
who guards Kevin Durant,
but that's
32 to Kevin Durant.
That's
anybody who guards KD, bro.
My
Come on, man.
If
Kevin Durant is the standard. Y'all acting crazy right now.
Can you chill out? Let me finish the sentence.
Yes, I can chill out.
Freddie, if you put him on someone like a Chris Middleton, it's a fair game. And I think both of y'all like Chris Middleton. I ain't really the biggest. Me personally, I respect 50, 40, 90. It is, but Chris Middleton is what it is. What we're really saying is, and I'm cool with y'all saying this because I don't disagree. At the end of the day, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are not them. That's what y'all are saying. Y'all are saying no, that's what y'all are saying. That's what y'all are saying.
That's not what I'm saying, bro.
I don't disagree with that. No, but
you're just throwing the matchup at who Philly has to go at.
I'm not saying that.
That's all. I don't know what to tell you. Look, I think JB and JT still get their numbers. Maybe they have an off game or two. But for the most part, that's who the 76ers would have to throw at the Celtics. But let's take a look.
Jaden or Jalen. I always get it mixed up with
Jaden McDaniels or Jalen.
Was a better defender than Tobias Harris, bro. He did not play in the Brooklyn series. I texted y'all that. I said, why is Jalen McDaniels not playing?
Bro. That's not true. Tobias Harris is a very good defender, bro. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you, but bro, watch these games and look at what he does defensively. He's not a lockdown defender, but he's a very good defender. He guards those type of guys. Like, you're not going to shut Kevin Durant down and hold Kevin Durant to 8 points, bro. You're going to hold him to 25. That's a good game, honestly. Like, he's a very good defender. He's going to block some shots. He's going to get his hand on some basketballs. Like Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon is an extremely good defender. I think he's slightly better than Tobias Harris defensively. And I think the world of Aaron Gordon defensively. Yeah, like Tobias is a very good defender, bro. Now, when you want to say when you have a Maxey and a Harden on the court, it doesn't look the same because now, but even with Maxey is better than he was last year. Like, I feel like you're not giving these guys enough credit, bro. And then PJ, we know what PJ is. That's why Philly, Miami, all these championship aspiration teams keep getting it, bro.
And I'm not going to lie to you too, Reese. I think one thing that I would kind of explore and make, call me crazy, but I know James Harden, I don't really want him on too many players, so I might consider throwing him on Marcus Smart. If you're going to try to put me in the post, cool, let's see how that goes. And now if you're saying JB is going to guard, or JB is going to be guarded by Maxey, on the perimeter, I think JB's handle might get questioned a little bit because Maxey is.
Okay, boom.
Hold on.
I got him. So they're not them. Just say it. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are not them, bro. If you think if you think a 6'2" guard can sit in front of a 6'6",
I said on the perimeter.
This is amazing, man. I've never seen somebody try to argue so much against their players. Like, how you think they're gonna win when they ain't right defense? How they gonna win when they ain't right defense, bro?
Hold on, Reese.
I'm arguing against my players.
Yeah.
I just spent 10 minutes trying to talk down PJ Tucker and Tobias Harris versus.
No, you said your players aren't those guys.
No. I could not convince y'all that my guys could beat their guys defensively.
We never said that.
Their guys. No. What I am conceding is, if y'all don't think that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum can take PJ Tucker and Tobias Harris at 30 and 34, then what y'all are saying is...
Well, you said they're both going to average 30 points in the series against them.
That's what I said. That's what I said. How am I saying that I don't believe it if I think they're going to average 60? And y'all
I know.
I literally said they're going to get their numbers, but for a game, maybe two, they could have an off night. That's
but they have, but hear me out though.
Reese.
They be having off nights, and it don't be having nothing to do with defense. These guys, like I'm saying, these young guys, really, they just don't be stepping up sometimes. So if y'all saying that they just don't have bad games, I can't argue that because it's true. They be having bad games, bro.
Reese,
I mean,
when is the last series JT and JB both averaged 30 points?
When's the last against the Brooklyn Nets? Against the Brooklyn Nets. Who do we play?
They both averaged 30.
Again, who do we play the second round? Against that team in the second round.
The
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee Bucks.
I guess that's
Yes, they did, because Milwaukee's philosophy was we're not going to allow them to get into the paint. We're going to shoot threes. And we hit threes. That's why we won the game.
All I remember is y'all being saved by a guy named
Grant Williams, Game 7. Grant Williams, Game 7. That's what you remember, right? But to get to Game 7, Jason Tatum had 43 in Game 6.
And Al Horford got dunked on by Giannis and then said okay, and then completely dunked on Giannis.
And showed up again, right?
It was wild, but okay. Yeah, bro, listen. I think you're reaching, saying that they're gonna, like, you're not crediting and giving Philly credit for what they have over there. I'm not saying they're gonna beat you on that series, but I don't think you're giving enough credit to what Philly can still do and what they have as far as size.
I think I'm giving too much credit to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Maybe that's what I'm doing. Because I mean, like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. For them to both have
Trey, remember when I got you? Now I'm about to get Freddie, right? So
switch that.
This way, then this way, right? Okay, cool. Freddie,
No. You said me, and then so I'm Freddie,
you just said that you can't win if you ain't right within. I love that. I know where that came from, right? You said that I don't believe in my guys. And then when I said maybe I'm giving too much credit to my guys, you agreed. So what am I doing, Freddie? Am I giving too much to my guys, or am I doubting them? Because you just said I'm giving too much credit.
All right, so we were saying, because it ain't that it like I said, y'all should perform. They should make it tough on y'all. Should be a good series. Now, let me ask you guys this, though, because outside the duos, right, and I think it's fair
23 points and 29 points versus Boston, by the way. I just want to put that out there. Versus Brooklyn.
Okay, gotcha.
Not 30 and 30.
Is that not 52? Is that not 52? That's 8 points off of 60. That's 52 points.
How much did they have?
To be fair, this is not horseshoes. So that's close.
Thank you, Trey.
I'm sorry that the Nets didn't play them enough. It was 4 games. I'm sorry we swept them.
They should have been better.
Wait, Freddie. I got a question for Reese.
More games you played.
No. I just got a question for Reese. The Eagles were close on winning. Did they win the Super Bowl?
Oh.
Shout out to that turf. Shout out to the grass.
Oh,
shout out to the grass.
Somebody get the help.
Because I would never, me personally, if I'm having an event that only happens once a year, what I wouldn't do is try new grass. Me personally, I wouldn't import foreign grass for a game that's played once a year. But that's me personally. We don't want to talk about that.
Versus Milwaukee, JT 27 and Jaylen Brown 22 points. We got 20.
So 59. I mean 49. Then it dropped a little bit.
That's 11 points off, brother.
Okay, it dropped a little bit. I think it dropped a little bit.
Okay, so look, fellas, I got a question.
Okay, but Trey, do you think the 76ers are as good of a defensive team as Milwaukee?
No.
They're a better defensive team than Brooklyn, and you couldn't get it on Brooklyn either. So
we got 52.
Brooklyn from last year, yeah, that Brooklyn defense last year wasn't good, and you couldn't get it on them.
Okay, I can't wait for tomorrow night.
I can't
wait. At this point, I don't even know if I want to win.
Hey, look, fellas, we're gonna revisit the Nets defense because I do kind of question that Philly versus Nets defense, but that's another discussion for another day, though. Real quick, both of y'all, you got 30 seconds max. Who's the biggest X factor, I guess, for this series for both teams? I'm going to assume Maxey for both of y'all for Philly, though. If I'm wrong.
Tucker. No, I'm not even joking. No, I'm actually being genuinely serious. If PJ Tucker can hit those corner threes that everybody in the league leaves him open for, then we actually might lose a game. Because that's how we lost the last game against them. PJ Tucker hit 3 threes to end the game, and we lost. Because he had been left open the entire game and then magically hit 3 threes. So seriously, I'm not even joking. PJ Tucker, if y'all agree, PJ Tucker defensively, and I'm saying PJ Tucker offensively. So he has to be my X factor.
Okay, Freddie, how about yourself?
Tobias Harris.
Toby, getting some love again. We showing Toby some love on this episode today.
Trey, have I not gone on record saying that Toby
No,
is the
Tobias Harris
professional?
is professional. Yeah,
He is the professional, bro. Like, I don't want Freddie. I don't want you to think I'm knocking these guys because I don't respect good hoops, bro. I do think that Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are due to just break out, bro. I have been waiting so long as a fan for them to just dominate as a unit, bro. So if we can't do it with Joel Embiid not playing, then we'll never do it. We'll never do it, bro.
Yo,
I think I think he is playing, but we're gonna have to see. So we got Toby, and then we got all right,
PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker. I'm gonna give Tyrese Maxey some love because I gotta say, from a defensive standpoint, it might be an uphill battle, and I do think you guys need some offense. If Tyrese Maxey can consistently bring 20, along with what James Harden, I think we expect a solid 15 and 10, 15 and something like that, like close to a double-double averaging. And then if Embiid's playing and dominating, my God. You know what I mean? So if Tyrese Maxey,
I expect Toby to be like a 20, and I expect, like you said, Maxey.
Well, yeah, I expect Toby to give me 15. Like I honestly book him for 14.
15 is low ball, bro. He averaging 14 as a 4 option this year. He got average 20.
Well, I'm expecting 15 just because of the defense, of the energy he's gonna have to put on the defensive end. That's the only reason why. That's the only reason.
Hey, Freddie, I also didn't disagree with you that Jason Tatum will probably be taken out of the series if he shoots 10 threes a game. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. Like, I don't want you to think I'm disagreeing with you on this, but like, he's a settler. He settles. So if he's not gonna be, he's a settler, bro. So if he's not gonna be aggressive and get downhill, and that 55, 45 goes the other direction to 60, 15, 25, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I need from Jason Tatum. But if Jason Tatum's gonna sit on the perimeter and shoot threes over PJ Tucker, who is 6 inches shorter than him, then sure. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, he will not average the 30 that I need.
And so that's why I think that PJ has a chance to guard JT, because JT settles. Kevin Durant didn't settle. KD got to his spot and shot over PJ. Now I think PJ gives a little bit resistance that JT is gonna settle and just shoot threes. Like, hey, and that's why I think
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing. That's why I said that y'all don't think that they are them. If you think that Jason Tatum is going to settle the whole series, what you're saying is he's settling. He's not him. If he is him, he does not settle. Is that
all right? Look, let's transition from the duo. Let's transition from the duo. I see the big vein in your forehead, which is crazy because you got your forehead wrapped. So it's like this.
I just know that Jaylen Brown will get downhill. If Freddie is saying that Jason Tatum is just going to shoot threes those series, then I lose this argument, because if he does it, then you're right. PJ Tucker will be able to guard him, because if somebody who is 6'10" just continues to shoot threes over somebody who's 6'5",
who's the X factor? Who's the X factor on the Celtics? After this, we're gonna transition to the end, and then I'll let y'all talk about this all day.
Derek White is the X factor for the Celtics.
Derek White. All right, Freddie, who you got?
I'll say Malcolm Brogdon. I'll say Malcolm Brogdon. It was actually going to be my rebuttal to him, which is just, even though I agree with everything that he said as far as what I think happened with JT at times, we just had us three actually just had a convo about this earlier, about Boston's depth. Boston's depth is going to run Philly's depth off the court, off the court. So that's where I think the difference is going to be. And that's why you go out and get those players. So I think the 6 man a year is just going to, like, the game will be maybe Philly up by 5, maybe Boston up by 5. When those second units come in, I think Brogdon takes over, and that's where, y'all get y'all advantage every time with y'all bench players. So I say Brogdon.
Freddie, I want my advantage to come from my starters. That's all I've been saying. I want Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to literally dominate. Like, it's cool. I love that we have that.
To win a championship, though, Reese. And I think too. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of think the X factor is gonna be Al Horford. Like, I think Al Horford spacing. If he's hitting consistently like that, y'all can play 5 out, and he can get the rebounds. Not to mention, I think he could have some real estate in Joel Embiid's hands.
Well, so if Embiid's playing, I'm with you, Trey. I just figured Embiid wasn't going to be playing. So if Embiid's playing, yeah, I agree with you on Horford for sure.
I'm assuming the brother's going to play. That's what I always try to do as a coach. So,
well, they say he's supposed to be out for 4 to 6 weeks.
They're trying to surprise the Celtics.
Yeah, they said 4 to 6 weeks. That injury is he won't be back for at least the first 2 games. So, but yeah, if he comes back, bro, I'm right with you. Horford all the way.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That'll be a good series though. But again, it sounds like these are all going to be good playoffs, and I would like to recap just for So we got here the Lakers beating the Warriors. Is that what y'all said?
That's what I said.
Reese,
I'm sorry, my AirPod disconnected. What did you say?
You said Lakers beating the Warriors.
No, I didn't. I said the Warriors would beat the Lakers. But,
okay.
but again, I understand the Lakers have been a top 3 defense. The 3-point shot is the modern day dunk. Say that Steph Curry can't get downhill against Anthony Davis. If he is hitting threes, if Klay Thompson is hitting threes, if Jordan Poole is hitting threes, the Lakers are not a good 3-point shooting team.
All I'm gonna say. All I'm saying is this. I think, Freddie, I'll give you 2 seconds. What's up?
Oh, right. All right. So
go ahead.
The only team that successfully just shot the 3 ball at a crazy clip and won championship is the Golden State Warriors. So I'll give you that.
Yeah.
And also, I believe that Steph, Klay, and Dre are like 17-1 or something. They last like 18 series, something crazy.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. What I'm not gonna do is bet against LeBron in the playoffs.
I will say, to be fair, if there is a time to bet against LeBron James, it is when he goes up against Steph Curry.
And Kevin Durant, right?
Well, I mean, Steph Curry, too. Like
Kevin Durant, yeah.
I mean, they're 1-1. They're 1-1 when it's just one.
Yeah, but LeBron first time went up against him without Kyrie and Kevin Love. Second time, Steph Curry.
Injuries happen. He went up against him anyways.
Yeah, but
Jimmy going up against everybody without their star player. It is what it is.
Well, that's why he's better than Joker.
I'm gonna say this. I'm a Lakers fan. I think it goes 7 again, fellas. I really do.
Then y'all win if it's a 7. They just came off of Game 7. They're not winning the 2 Game 7s in a row. I refuse to believe it.
LeBron in no Game 7.
Yeah, I can't.
LeBron is the best Game 7 player in history.
I want to say Warriors 7 for some reason.
If you say Warriors in 7, then you're just crazy. That's crazy.
You just blasphemous.
Okay, hold on, Freddie. Wait, I keep forgetting. Freddie, Trey didn't answer the question. Is Steph Curry going to go for 50 again in this series?
Oh.
And if he does, when will it be?
I don't think.
When will it be?
I don't think 50, but I could see like 330s, like 35s, or 40Ps.
40P.
Like I guess I can see those 3 games popping off because they're gonna need it. Like I don't see anybody on our team who can stop Steph Curry. Yes, Jared Vanderbilt can make it tough for him, but the thing is,
I like Schroeder's 94 feet, but yeah, nobody's gonna stop Steph.
Yeah, and he's crafty too. So and he's a star, so he's gonna get
and those illegal screens.
In foul trouble. Like yes, he'll have a game.
Steph Curry. Are they gonna call illegal screens? That's the difference in the series. I said it.
Ooh.
I said it. That's the difference in the series. If Jared Vanderbilt at 6'9" is chasing Steph Curry around Kevon Looney and Draymond Green, are they gonna call illegal screens? Well, they putting them shoulders and hips out there.
Are they gonna let Jared Vanderbilt be physical with Steph Curry? Because that could happen.
They let the Kings do it.
So then that might factor in with Steph as well. So I gotta see how everything shakes out. But I don't know, man. Like Warriors 7 right now. Like I also want to say Lakers 5 too, but Warriors I want to say 6. I mean Warriors 7. I'm gonna just.
So Freddie, if it goes though, Freddie, I know you got the Lakers at 5. Trey just said something interesting. He said he wanted to go Lakers at 5, but he would go Warriors at 7. So
listen,
if it's not Lakers at 5,
a Game 7, against LeBron James in a Game 7. No one stands a chance.
Okay, so boom. This is my only response to that.
What it is.
Did you see how gassed he looked at the end of Game 5? Or at the halftime of Game 5? Do you think he's human? I don't. I think he's an alien. But I'm saying, do you think LeBron is human?
I think at some point in time, The age is going to catch up. And
the age.
Can I
can't
say
even
this?
use-
to
I
y'all?
can't even use age. I'm going to use mileage.
Can I say this?
age and mileage. The man is still 38. Like that's
Can I say this to y'all?
old in basketball.
Freddie,
Like,
Can I say this to y'all? Can I say this to y'all?
go ahead.
The man missed like 20 something games, right? Something crazy, right? He missed a couple months of basketball because of a lower extremity, an ankle or foot injury, right? Now he's been back for about 19 whatever games he was back, but he hasn't been actively practicing in between, getting cardio in between. When you have that type of injury, you can't just keep your wind, right?
I agree.
So that's one thing. Now, we're talking as we're getting further and further into, like, I can only expect that they've been off for a while now, that he's rested that foot, that he's gotten proper treatment.
But they said proper treatment for that foot was a surgery.
Oh, yeah. But rest, rest, he's had some brilliant games since he's came back, you know? So I'm just saying, I can expect that he's going to have some stretches of games where he'll still play fine. I don't think his foot's ever going to be 100%, like you said, until surgery. But it's specifically his wind. I feel like naturally, as he's able to get up and down on that foot more often, he's able to get that wind more. Right now, I feel like he's only playing during game days. He's not able to get those extra reps in or sprints or, you know, in practice, those suicides and things like that because he's trying to stay off it as much as he needs to.
Right.
Now, with this amount of rest, I feel like he's probably going to be able to ramp that up now as you're going further and further. As I know that may sound crazy, but 4 days of rest, staying off that foot, like I think it's more that.
It goes from 4 days of rest.
Look, we're going to have to wait and see because right now we just going to keep talking back and forth and not none of us know.
Ain't
None
that's
of
the point
us know.
of the
We
show.
ain't doctors. No, ain't no, you know what I'm saying? So no MDs. But Heat versus Knicks. Freddie, you said Knicks in 5, which right now looks a little crazy.
I'll say 6. I was speaking out of emotion earlier. Knicks and 6.
Okay, all right.
Change your name.
That's why we
Change
round
your
up.
name.
Who's
Change your
Gotta
name.
change my name. Gotta change my name. My bad.
So
Yeah, I was
Reese,
speaking out of emotion, man. Knicks and 6.
Okay, Reese, you said
I got Miami at 6, man.
okay. I do kind of like Miami in 6.
I just got to stop betting against Jimmy Butler. I'm a hater at this point. At this point, I'm just a hater.
I like Miami in 6 also
Top
because I
5 player
respect
in
the
the
Knicks.
league, man,
I
Jimmy
respect the
Butler.
Knicks too much for y'all not to get 2 games. I think Julius
I just
Randle.
want Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum to beat Jimmy Butler and Devin Booker in terms of shot selection. Jaylen Brown is leaning towards that. Keep going. I'm sorry. I don't need to go on another soapbox. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then, well, I guess since we're here, Celtics versus 76ers. Reese, you said Celtics. Season 4. Freddie.
Celtics bound to lose Celtics are bound to lose a game.
You know why we gonna lose a game, Freddie? You know why we gonna lose a game?
Answer the question.
Y'all play around too much.
Rolling right now. We rolling.
Freddie, you know what Jason Tatum said after we closed out Atlanta? He said, "I know the narrative was for us to sweep the Hawks, but it was, that's a good ball club over there, and and it's just like, he said, so effing much, bro."
So are you sure season 4? Because the way you talking, it makes me feel like you have some hesitation right now.
Harden's going to get him a 40 burger once this series.
So Freddie,
put push-ups on that. Put push-ups on 40.
Okay.
How many push-ups you talking?
40.
40 push-ups?
40 push-ups on 40 points.
I'll do 40 push-ups with my feet in the air. Yeah. Shut down the internet.
Hey, we shaking. Hey, this my hand up to shake on that. Because I'm
feet in the air? Go ahead. And he said diamond too. I heard that.
I do diamond.
You got to record too.
I do diamond.
Okay, diamond.
40 diamond?
40.
Not my feet in the air though. I don't know about that.
If Harden go for 40, Freddie, you will get the push-ups before you wake up.
Any game in the series. Any game.
Any game.
All right, real quick.
That's a bet.
But
Freddie, hold on.
35.
Freddie, who went? You said Celtics.
No, we're not rounding up, Freddie. We're not rounding up. No, we're not rounding up.
No round-ups, but you said Celtics.
I'll give you 35
Half
for
off
35.
35.
I'll give you 35 for 35. So that's
half off 35. If you get
half off.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're 35.
Okay. Okay. All right. Cool.
Bet.
Cool.
So you said Celtics in.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I got the Sixers in 7. I'm lying. I got the Celtics in 5.
Okay.
Celtics in 5. If Embiid comes back, I'll say if Embiid comes back, Sixers in 7, but Celtics in 5 as of right now.
You don't think that they are them? I don't know what else to say.
I think JoJo is him.
Trey. No, Trey. No, seriously. Embiid without a knee brace would give Embiid with a knee brace 70. Like, are we dead serious right now? We're serious right now.
We ain't never seen with a knee brace. I don't know what you told. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, look. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know. I want to see the 76ers advance because I want to see Joel Embiid versus Jimmy Butler. But there's something sneaky in me that says the 76ers are going to lose in 6 games.
And that the Heat is going to lose in 6 as well. I know. So you
well,
want to
I guess. I mean, did we already talk about the Heat versus Knicks? Because yeah. I felt like I said that the Heat were going to win in 6 games, but that was just me though. I don't know.
Freddie, look though. If Jimmy's ankle is as bad as it looked today, that ankle touched earth. If his ankle swells up overnight, if it swells up overnight like I know it will, and say he has to miss game 2 or 3, I got y'all in 4 as well. I got y'all in 5. I got y'all in 5 as well.
Hey,
so you got us in 4? Damn, that's ambitious.
They're retracting wins now? That's crazy. That's
ambitious.
Hey, listen. Uncle Nearest, it'll really have you.
Uncle Nearest, ironically, puts you the farthest away from comments. Well, whatever.
Exactly. Hey, well, look, fellas, we're gonna have to see how these playoffs shake out. But this was a good one, though. I greatly appreciate y'all, boys.
Yeah.
Y'all got anything you want to say before we close up, Freddie? I got you.
I just want to say that Jamal Murray is the most important player.
All right, so
I would like to say Tobias Harris. I would like to say that Tobias Harris is a professional. Jaylen Brown will give him 30. I would like to say PJ Tucker is 34. Jason Tatum will give him 40. I would like to say that neither of those things may happen, but I have hope.
Okay.
Sounds like a politician to me.
I'm just saying, I just want to see good basketball, no injuries.
It'll never happen. Ask the public when's the last time somebody won a ring without an injury happening in the playoffs. Ask them. You ask them, let them comment below. Ask them, because they can't tell you. They won't be able to tell you. I would just like to say Jamal Murray is the most important player on the Denver Nuggets. Of the championship.
Hold on, wait, Freddie. Hold on, you're coming in a little staticky. What'd you say?
You ain't about to hang up on me.
He about to end it.
What'd you say, Freddie? I can't hear you. Okay, I got you. Okay,
I was born at night, not last. Yeah, I knew what she was gonna do. I was born at night, not last.
I hate Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I've been hating on them enough.
Jaylen Brown's
ladies and gentlemen, look, I hope y'all tune in. If y'all want to hear the end of this, y'all can tune in to after the credits. But I appreciate y'all boys again. Hope y'all stay tuned. Be healthy, be responsible, and be happy.
I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.